welcome to Sunday. So yesterday I was supposed to be going to Dan's house, but like I said, his dad, had other things to do, and that being getting stuff to help him prepare for marching band for college. So that had to take all day, according to his dad. So today, I'm going over to his place. Another car vlog for you guys, which is great. Great for you guys, great for me. I like doing this. The thing is, oh gosh, totally forgot what I was gonna say. But anyways, I think I remember. So last night, I was playing Minecraft with Dan and his girlfriend. I got bored, I got off of Minecraft, and then shortly later they followed suit, and so it was the three of us talking, and we got to talking about apartments, and it came down to, I asked them, I was like, hey, since there's going to be the three of us, should I start looking for 3-bedroom apartments? They said no. And at first I was slightly confused. And at one point, Dan's girlfriend goes, should we spell it out for him? And it finally dawned on me, and I was like, oh, okay. I get you now. So, continuing the search for a minimum 2-bedroom, minimum 2-bath. So, looking at 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartments over in San Marcos right now. And it's gotten to the point where it's just like, I can't believe that I'm looking at apartments. So that's gonna be great. So there's that. That's gonna be it's gonna be fun. I did talk to them, and the original plan was Daniel, Cannon, and I. But we got to talking, and Cannon is, one of my best friends. He's a great pal and all. I don't think he would make a great roommate. That being said, at the same time, I think it's kind of hard to tell, but it's just the more people you include, the more people who want their own private room, the more expensive apartments you've got to look at. So I was talking to them, and then Dan was like, well, let's just assume that Cannon doesn't want to split an apartment with us. And I was like, okay, well then who would we bring in? And his girlfriend goes, DIBS. I called DIBS. So we were like, okay. So that's one mystery solved. The next mystery, or mysteries, is... God, I hate this road so much. It's so windy. It's got so many curves and sharp turns. It's horrendous. Yeah. So we're working on the rule book for the campaign. I didn't vlog when I got right back in, or when I got into the house, because I was just kind of forgot, because I was struggling to get the quick release plate off of the camera. But yeah. So we're gonna be working on this for a while.
What's Constitution?
Alright, so just got done at Dan's, We worked on starting the custom rulebook for Pokemon Pen and Paper, because it's like we looked at the we did some searching. We can only find one Pokemon D&D rulebook kind of thing. It wasn't that good. It was based on 4E, 4th edition. It was based on 4th edition of D&D, which is arguably not the best edition. It's kind of too video game-esque, where there's just so many things, and it just like it feels weird. 'Cause it's like it's D&D, pen and paper D&D, but it feels like a video game. That's not really what D&D tries to be. For Pokemon Pen and Paper, what we're trying to do is we're trying to, Jesus Christ, this car is like getting right up on me. It's basically what we're doing is we're trying to find a nice balance of skills and perks, and not only are we trying to find a balance of Pokemon based combat where Pokemon fight other Pokemon until they faint. We're also looking at how, the different characters can affect each other. Like how characters can affect Pokemon affect characters, the whole vice versa thing. And also like combat between two characters, like an NPC and a PC. And so we're all trying to, like, he and I are working to find a balance between regular D&D and Pokemon. And what makes it even more interesting is we're throwing in it's regular fantasy characters. So you've got your paladin, your archer, your ranger. I don't think archer is a specific class in 5th edition, but you've got those characters. You've got you've got your 5th edition classes, and then you've got a modern twist on items, as well as a Pokemon twist on items. So that's interesting. And while we were working on the core rulebook, which we're still in the first section, which is setting up the character, we skipped part 2, which is determining the race of your character, and we're going to part 3, the class, the skills and perks. I think I might need to knock it down so I can do so the new part 2 would be determining your class, because you kind of need to know your class before you can select your perks, because your skills, you don't really select your skills, you select how many points you want to put into your skills as you level up. But your perks are restricted by class, either restricted to one particular class, or can be open to all classes, or not all, but because that's grammatically incorrect, but like it works for these classes, but not this class. So, and then also like race-specific classes. That would be interesting to do. Or race-specific perks, not race-specific classes. Although we could try to do that, but it's like, what's interesting is, I think, because it's like, not only is there like, a class like Paladin and Ranger, like also trainer class. And you level up your trainer class by, training Pokemon. So like, if you were in a Pokemon battle, and your Pokemon got, let's say, 450 experience. It would gain that experience, and then you would gain 100 experience in your trainer class. So you've got, like you've got your breeder, your school kid, your super nerd, your fanboy, those kind of classes. And then, it's something that we're working out, and it's definitely coming along nicely. We're probably not going to be prepared for our first session for a long time now. But yeah. Also, one thing of note is I got the classic controller from Dan, so Conduit 2 is going to be done with the classic controller. So that's going to be fun. No longer going to have to worry about the tripod being in the way of the pointer, and you're probably like, what's the deal with the tripod? It's what I put my microphone on. So this tripod that the camera's on, this camera right here, it's on a tripod, and it's the same tripod that I use to put my microphone on. Oh, another thing that just popped in my head, Pokemon Go was released recently in the US, like a day or two ago. And what's interesting about Pokemon Go, like the kind of spotlight it's in, like highway safety offices and just local governments in general are putting out like PSAs, don't play Pokemon Go while you're driving, which is interesting because it's like, that a lot of cases have been reported where some guy is playing Pokemon Go and he's driving, and the next thing you know is he's in a car accident of some sorts. And so it's just like and so it's getting a little ridiculous. I saw another PSA from Tennessee, and it was like this little poster thing, and it was like, wait to go until you've stopped, and it was a photo of this guy driving, and he had his phone in his hand, and there was a Pidgey, and if you looked in the background, there was an 18-wheeler headed straight for him. So it's like, oh, okay, well then. So that's really interesting what's all going down there. Going down there, what? But yeah, it's just something really interesting. Another thing is, on my channel, I've got a couple of series which have been totally canceled. And so what I'm thinking about doing is I downloaded them onto my hard drive while I was at Dan's, and I was thinking, putting them on the external to hold on to, and then removing them from the channel, and when time came around, I'd be like, hey, I've got these old videos, because that's kind of what I did. It's kind of what I want to do with some old Let's Play videos that I found on my old computer, which hopefully I put on to a flash drive. I need to double check that, but yeah, it's definitely an interesting case. So what I might do with the videos is I might take them I might make them private and then take the playlist down and then renumber the playlists. So that way, you know, stuff isn't like out of order or something like that. But yeah, it's just some thoughts going through my head about the state of the channel and what all I want to do. Yeah, we are next.